Professional Development Through Twitter. Hi, this is David Wicks from Seattle Pacific University, and in the next few slides I'd like to hopefully show you that it's possible to use Twitter as a tool for free and continuous professional development. This chart shows a recent Pew study that highlights some of the noise issues that must be addressed before we could find value in Twitter. If you look closely at the chart, you'll see that the majority of posts that are made on Twitter are about personal updates. And while I think this is an important aspect of Twitter, it's also a reason why many people choose not to use Twitter. And so I think what we need to do is help people understand how they can maybe get to that next bar, which if they're wanting to use it for professional development, the next bar is this post-work updates. And so in this case, what we're seeing from a lot of educators is that they're sharing links to their own work or links to works that colleagues have posted that would help other educators. And so if we can find ways to filter out the non-essential elements of Twitter, then I think many of us will be happy to use it as a professional development tool. It may help to look at Alec Corris's model of the network teacher. And if you look at it, you'll notice that microblogging, which would be Twitter, is separate from other social networking services such as YouTube or Facebook. It's also important to notice that the arrows are two-way, indicating that for each of these there's a give and take, that if we are going to use Twitter for something like professional development, we not only should be looking for resources, but we should also be looking to share resources with others. Other important pieces related to our topic would include the ability to access colleagues in this professional network and to be able to have access to documents. So it could be popular media, it could be curriculum documents, it could be journal articles that are either print or digitally based, blogs, wikis, those would all be important. And then, we'd also see something that maybe many of us are taking, or some of us are taking advantage of us, but many of us need to take advantage of, and that's organizing what we find and what we share through social bookmarking. With that as a background, I want to provide 7 steps to free and continuous professional development. By following an active and content-focused colleague, I mean that you're looking for people to follow on Twitter who have something that a topic of focus for them is something that you're interested in and that they regularly share about. So Eric Rumsey is someone, he's a librarian at University of Iowa who I've never met in person, but he, if you look at his profile on Twitter, he talks about Google, ebooks, he talks about iPhones and PDFs. And so I've personally benefited greatly from his sharing about ebooks. He regularly talks about things related to Kindle and other ebook topics. And so I've benefited greatly from following him. Now, I'm not saying that you can't follow a colleague who maybe talks more about their personal life. I'm just saying if you want to use Twitter for professional development, that you'll need to have people that you're following who frequently talk about topics in your discipline. The second step would be to join a chat community. What is a chat community? Well, in Twitter, if you find out a chat community related to your discipline, in case in point with the one I'm showing that was started by Shelley Terrell, is EdChat. So if you use the hashtag EdChat, and it's usually, a meeting is once a week for an hour, and then all the people that are involved in that chat community follow that particular tag. They're searching on that particular tag and following a conversation on a topic that they probably have all decided to discuss. And by doing this, you can get to interact with people who have similar passions that you have about a particular topic, about your discipline, and you can begin to build community on Twitter. And I have to confess that I personally am not involved in a chat community, but it's because I had already established my personal learning network before this idea came about. And so I interact with a lot of colleagues on a regular basis throughout the week and haven't felt the need to do this. But if you're new to Twitter, it would be a good step to get started. The third step then would be to monitor hashtags related to your field. And so this, what you're seeing, this screenshot, is from TweetDeck. And so what I'm showing here is that in TweetDeck, I have a search that I regularly look at on M-learning or mobile learning. And so I can see all of these posts where someone has tagged, use the hashtag M-learning to share about something. And you can even see the posts that I've made on this particular topic as well. And lecture capture would be another one. And I recently was asked to give a workshop on Prezi, and to get up to speed, I used Twitter to find what other people were doing with Prezi, and use that as part of the foundation for building my workshop. If you got involved with a chat community, you would use a tool like TweetDeck to search on that particular hashtag and follow the posts that were made on that topic. And you'd begin to see how you could find certain people that are frequently talking about important things in your discipline. The fourth tip would be, or step would be, to establish a social bookmarking account to archive what I would consider to be your gold. And by that I mean, as you begin to follow the right people in your discipline who are regularly sharing content, you're going to see that they share links to important articles or other web-based information related to your discipline. And so if you use a social bookmarking account like Delicious, you can begin to archive those. And so here's a post that I'm looking at here from the Pew Research Center on the use of technology with people with disabilities. And so I'm using tags like accessibility and disability to keep that so that I can go back and search my Delicious account to find those links if I need them. Along with that, then, it's really nice to be able to automate that process. So with a tool like packrati.us, and I have a hard time saying that, I have to admit, you can use it if you establish an account with packrati.us. You can tie your Twitter um, posts to Delicious. And so every time you um, either make a post yourself or you retweet someone else's post and it contains a URL, then packrati.us will automatically um, add that to your Delicious feed. And so you would use hashtags that would be valuable to you, and it would automatically include those for you. So if we quickly go back, what you see this is done over on the right is it's actually made um, packrati.us my number one tag. I'm not crazy about that, but because of it, it actually is able to put in these terms that I would have then included as hashtags as part of my post, and it makes it quite useful then for me to go back and search. My sixth tip would be to reflect on your learning, and I would encourage you to reflect using Twitter. And so if somebody shared something with you, or you found something on your own that you want to share with your personal learning network, then I would encourage you to not just post the link to that item, but to also comment on it or ask other people to share their reflections. So in this first post that you're seeing, I'm saying that e-readers may become the norm sooner than you think. I'm sharing an article that talks about how possibly a school district is considering uh, switching to e-readers by 2015. And then I'm asking people to say whether or not they're ready for this. And you see by me tagging this as e-reader, when it goes to Delicious, it will already be categorized in that way. So I'll have all my posts on e-readers. I'll be able to just click on my link in Delicious on e-reader and see all of those posts. And then here you're also seeing one where I'm um, talking about another item related to e-readers, where I'm talking about a Kindle post, and I'm commenting actually on something that was said in this article where it's talking about Amazon's um, uh, the use of the Kindle for education, and I'm uh, commenting that they need to improve their social reading tools in the with the Kindle so that we can all read and reflect together. So in some cases, what that will do will I'll get contacted by a vendor asking me for more information, or I'll get contacted by someone on my PLN who will want to have a discussion about maybe something they know about that topic that I'm not aware of. So you may be thinking that this only happens with educational technology topics, but I can assure you that there's people in English language learning, there's people in chemistry, biology, any of the humanities. There's people in all disciplines that are on Twitter and regularly discussing things like this. And then finally, we've got to give back. The reciprocity, I think, is a critical piece. So once somebody has shared a link, so somebody shared the link audio, the website AudioBoo with me, it's being able to quickly make their audio posts that you can share with others. And so I quickly turn that into a blog post where I talk about how I might use AudioBoo, and then I share that back to Twitter. So I give people who maybe don't know anything about AudioBoo, or people that have questions about it, I give them some tips on how I'm considering using it or how I have used a particular product. So there it is. I think these 7 steps could help you use Twitter for free and continuous professional development. I appreciate your time, and if you have any questions or want to discuss this as part of your professional development, I'd be happy to do that. You can see my email and my Twitter address here. Have a great day.